What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Tarkovology video. My name is Omni, and we are coming straight at you from Hipster with a hat and sunglasses on despite the sun being nowhere to be seen studios. Today we are going to be going over the similarities between hamsters and cigarettes. Oh, are we not? Is that not what we're doing? Okay, well, I guess we're doing something else today, but in case you were wondering, the similarities being they are both pretty dangerous if you put them in your mouth and set them on fire. The actual topic for today's video is going to be somewhat of a secret that a lot of players don't really know about that will help you with some Tarkov traders and getting a little bit of additional money spent with them. The specific Tarkov traders we're talking about are going to be Peacekeeper and Jager. These two traders present unique challenges because their level caps are fairly low for their first unlock when compared to the amount of rubles you need to spend in order to get to that unlock. Now, we can look at Jager here. He is a level 15, level 2 requirement, and you need to spend 750,000 rubles with him. That one isn't quite as much of a challenge, but this particular method will actually help you get there a lot faster and easier. The Tarkov trader Peacekeeper presents a unique challenge because he forces you to spend 11,000 US dollars by level 14 in order to get him to level 2. Just for a point of reference, 11,000 USD, depending on the exchange rate, is somewhere between 1,100,000 rubles and all the way up to, who knows, 1,300,000 rubles. It just depends. So that's quite a bit of scratch to spend with him by level 14. It's virtually impossible unless you have some kind of weird fetish with the MP5K. Unlocking these guys on time or shortly thereafter allows you to get more effectively to the later traders that unlock at level 20 without too much sweat. So let's go through the how. This is actually super easy. You're going to purchase a total of 4 items from the flea market. The easiest way to do this is to actually create a wish list. If you don't already do that, for your items that you're hunting for your regular builds, I definitely recommend doing that for these particular items because you're going to want to take a look for them every so often, between raids, whenever you log on, whenever you log off, that sort of thing, to price check them essentially, because they're not always going to be at the ideal price, and you want to save as much as you possibly can in order to actually turn a profit on this rather than just break even, although breaking even is fine too, especially if you're behind on that particular trader. All right, so what are the items? Well, there's a couple of them straight away that are going to be better than others, but you'll just have to play it by ear as you go. The first is the SAS drive. As you can see, the average flea market price over the last 7 days is about 39,000 rubles. This is a little bit puffed up because of the end of the wipe, but you can actually sell this to Peacekeeper for $442, which at the current exchange rate is 45,526 rubles. So you're buying an item from the flea market for 39,000 rubles, and you're actually selling it for the equivalent of 45,000 rubles in US dollars. I know it may seem like you're not going to use those dollars immediately, but there are several quests that need them, and you're also going to be using items that require dollar purchases as well. So you'll go through it eventually. It might take some time, but if your cash flow isn't to a point where you can handle that conversion or you want to save all the rubles you can, then by all means just forego this method entirely. Our next item is a secured magnetic tape cassette. The price on these might get a little wonky at the beginning of the wipe because they're used for a hideout upgrade, but this is where you're going to make the biggest difference in what you're selling versus what you purchased it for. So you're purchasing it for 59,000 rubles typically, and then you're going to sell it for the equivalent of 71,000 rubles in dollars. So this one is actually the best one. It's the first one you want to look for, and make sure you snap up all that you can, because this is the best money maker there is as far as these 3 or 4 items goes. So the final Peacekeeper item is the SSD drive. It doesn't look like it's a great match right now, but the price has gone all over the place due to the late wipe events. Back before the wipe events started, the price on this was actually closer to like 36,000 rubles. And that's probably going to go back to the same towards the beginning of the next wipe. And then you go ahead and sell this one to Peacekeeper for 39,000 rubles. So those are the 3 Peacekeeper items. I add them on a wish list. I go through every time I log in. If I have time between raids, I'll go through and I'll check the price. If they're below that sell price, then I'll make sure I pick them up, and you're actually making money for getting dollars spent at that particular trader. Moving on to the next item, it's actually the only one available for Jager. So it makes his leveling a little bit easier. All right, the final item we've got for Jager is the Antique Axe. This one you're not going to make nearly as much on or anything at all, but it will almost always allow you to break even if you purchase the first 2 or 3 you see on the flea market. So make sure you put it on that same wish list. pick it up when you can and when it's under what you can sell them to for, and that'll alleviate some pressure on you to get all those other vendors, get all those other vendors to a point where you have all that money spent with them. All right, well, that's all we've got for you today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful at all. Until next time.